Once upon a time, in the colorful town of Sugarville, there were three best friends named Benny the Bear, Ellie the Elephant, and Freddie the Fox. They often met at their favorite hangout spot, the Whisker Café, run by Mr. Whiskers, an elderly but very cheerful raccoon. One sunny morning, as they sat munching on their usual breakfast, Freddie came up with a brilliant idea. "Why don't we make our own donuts today? It's donut day!" he exclaimed, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "That's a possum idea, Freddie," clapped Benny. "We can make so many different flavors, like banana chocolate chip, and maybe even a strawberry sprinkle one," added Ellie, imagining all the tasty possibilities. Mr. Whiskers overheard their conversation and chuckled warmly. "Well, my dear young ones, you're in luck. I happen to have a special donut recipe I've been dying to share. How about you use the cafe's kitchen?" The three friends cheered in unison, with aprons tied around their waists and their paws, and trunk for Ellie, washed clean. They were ready to embark on their donut-making adventure. First, Mr. Whiskers instructed them to mix all the ingredients in a big whirling bowl. The flour, the sugar, the eggs, and of course a pinch of love. Benny stirred the batter, but being a bear, he couldn't resist tasting it. "Just for quality control," he grinned sheepishly, while the others giggled. Next, it was time to shape the donuts. Each friend picked their favorite cookie cutter shapes. Benny chose stars, Ellie picked hearts, and Freddie decided on classic circles. They worked together, cutting and placing each shape onto the tray. "Now comes the best part," Mr. Whiskers announced. "It's time to fry the donuts." With guidance, Freddie carefully slid a few donuts into the bubbling pot. Watching as they turned a golden brown, the tantalizing smell of freshly fried dough danced through the air, making their mouths water. Once cooked, the donuts were laid gently to cool. This gave the trio time to whip up colorful glazes and delightful toppings. Benny drizzled gooey chocolate, Ellie showered them with rainbow sprinkles, and Freddie topped them off with every fruit he could find. "They're almost too pretty to eat," Ellie laughed as they admired their creations. Finally, the moment they had all been waiting for, the taste test. Benny took a big bite, savoring the burst of flavors. "Delicious," he declared with his mouth full. The friends and Mr. Whiskers enjoyed their homemade donuts, sharing laughs and stories through the afternoon. Their donut day had been a huge success. They decided that making donuts together would become a new tradition. Just as the sun began to set over Sugarville, the three friends cleaned up, waving goodbye to Mr. Whiskers and promising more adventures to come. As they walked home, tummies full of donuts and hearts full of joy, Benny, Ellie, and Freddie knew that sometimes the sweetest memories are the ones you make with friends.